Hey you guys, how's it going? It's Thang and welcome to this video. So today, in this video, I'm going to be telling you, in my opinion and experience anyway, one of the absolutely best way to propagate your succulents. So I, like many others, have made a video on teaching you how to propagate through leaf cutting, which is great and which is also one of the most popular ways to do it if you are really mass producing them, or if you have a greenhouse, or if you just want a billion of them, and if you have a lot of patience. So in my experience, I don't find that leaf propagation is the absolutely best because one, leaf propagation has a lot of cons to it, which a lot of people don't know. So leaf propagation might never guarantee you a baby. The leaf might rot. Number two, it takes an extraneously long time to get a baby going. Sometimes it can take a week, which is great. Sometimes it can take a month for just a little thing coming out. Sometimes just only roots come out. And sometimes it can take up to 6 months and over to a year to even get a little baby, right? Which kind of sucks. Because while that's going on, our main plant might have already died, and we're like sad-faced. Oh well, I would tell you just buy another one, but you're like, no, but it's my baby, I cannot do that, right? Whatever. Anyway, so in my opinion and experience, one of the best ways to propagate your succulent is actually through beheading them. Yes, just chopping off that succulent and leaving the stem and a few leaves is the absolutely best way to propagate. I know a lot of you might not like that idea of cutting your succulents and it might die. Just take a chance and do it. Don't be afraid. You can't always be afraid to do things. If you are, then you'll never be able to move forward with your life or learn anything at all, right? So I'm going to show you a few examples right here, and you'll see the reason why versus leaf propagation, right? So let's go and get started. Look at that sexy booty. Hey buddy, what's up? Huh? My kitty. Anyways, so he always loves showing me his butt. So this is a few examples I want to show you guys today of the plants that I have beheaded. So this is an Afterglow, Lovely Rose, Helena X Raindrops, Culebra, and the Arlie Wrights right there. 1, 2, 3 right here are the ones I've beheaded about 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago. And these ones have been, this one has been beheaded about since February. This was beheaded in February. This was beheaded about 3 weeks ago. So the reasons why beheading your succulent is a much absolutely better and best way to propagate is for 2 reasons. Number 1, the root system has already been established. Yep, it's already been established, which means that your succulents can take up the nutrients and water like that without having to struggle to create a new rooting system, right? And attaching itself. And a lot of you, I know a lot of you are always, lifting it up to look whether the root is going, and that damages the roots, right? So this rooting system has already been established for you. Number 2, I always like to leave a few leaves on top, like this one, and this one right here, because of a second reason. When it already has its leaf intact, what plants do with leaves is that it does photosynthesis. Photosynthesis converts light to energy for plants to keep growing and be alive, right? Without light or photosynthesis, the plant just simply dies. So that's why I always leave a few leaves or a bunch of leaves on here, because then it can use all that energy, all the nutrients from the roots as well to feed into the babies. So this one is giving me 10 babies already. And it's a much bigger baby than what I would have gotten, through leaf propagation. This doesn't have any leaf, but it already has an established rooting system. It's giving 4 babies, and that baby is pretty big up there, right? This one is in super gritty mix, no soil, but it gives me 1 baby. That baby is already pretty much big, right? The Culebra, which is since February, is giving me this gigantic baby. Look at this. This is so gigantic, so beautiful. Give me 1, 2, 3 babies, because I only have 2 leaves here, right? And this Arlie Wright right here, huge one since like February right here. I've beheaded about 3 weeks ago. So this one has to reestablish its rooting system, which it already has, kind of. And this one already has its rooting system, and it has a bunch of leaves. You see those babies? They're pretty much bigger, right? So I find that beheading, you know, all you do is take your knife and just cut it across. Cut it across in a 45 degrees angle, or any angle really. Just cut it across, right? And you just let it callus over, and you know, water it normally, put it into the sun normally, and let it just do its job. And you'll find that babies will pop up faster, babies will grow faster, and the progress is actually much faster than, you know, leaf propagation, because 2 reasons. Rooting system's already established. It has the leaves to do photosynthesis to, you know, feed the plant energy, right? So that is the reason why I find it the absolutely best and better way to propagate your succulents. Now you might not think so, because you're like, oh, you know, I always had success with like leaf propagation, you know, whatever, I don't care. And I was like, I'm really scared of like cutting my plants because I don't want to hurt it. Seriously, stop. You won't hurt your plants. The plants are like growing really nicely. So let's move over to my propagation tray, and I'll show you some few examples. Hey kitty. Okay, kitty. Okay, so these are my propagation trays right here. This has taken a year for it to get this big. A year. And some of them are still small and tiny. You know, still small and tiny for absolutely no reason. It gets the exact same amount of you know, sunlight and water as the rest of them do, but because sometimes the rooting system isn't established, which sucks. This has taken a year, girl. A year. This has taken a year too. You know, some of them is just not established. This kind of sucks. This is also a year. Right, this is since February, and it's still some of them just like this one. This one's already rotted. It has a little baby, but you know, what can the baby do anymore? There's no root. There's no leaf for it to create photosynthesis. It just kind of sucks. It's just like being in limbo right now until it gets a rooting system, right? And these babies, because they don't have an established rooting system or other leaves to, you know, give it energy, it requires so much energy to actually create a good rooting system that it can take such a long time to propagate, which sucks, which truly does suck. This is since February right here. Very nice and big, you know, right? This is in limbo. Like, some of this has been since last year. This year, whatever it is, and it's really shitty, right? It gets sunburned, it's dead. It's rotted, it's dead. You know, only roots, it's useless, right? So that's why I just find that leaf propagation takes an strenuously long time, and it takes too much room, too much space, too much time, you know, unless you have a farm, unless you have a nursery, you know, a greenhouse to do this. I don't really recommend it. I rather recommend you just beheading your succulents, like this one right here. You see this one? I've beheaded it about, like I said, about two weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago. This one itself, it's already, you know, giving me its rooting system. Can't see because it's covered by dirt. But yeah, that's why I find that beheading is such a much easier way, much better way to propagate versus like leaf propagation, right? So that's my opinion and experience. Let me know what your thoughts on it, because some of you will tell me, no, leaf propagation is the best, because I also don't want to hurt my plants. I'm like, okay, whatever, girl. Bye, girl, bye. But yeah. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys in the next one. And yeah, if you like the video, press subscribe, and like at the same time. If you haven't subscribed, press subscribe. Yeah, anyways, love you guys, bye.